Thank you, George. That was amazing. And Paul, thank you. And Ricky, thank you. And Kim, thank you. And Dean, thank you. Isn't it, did I miss anyone so far? We have like a joyous bunch of people here who step up and present spirit in its fullest living essence, its color. I just love that. And my jacket will come off in about 5 minutes.
Today is Grandmother's Day.
Today is Grandmother's Day. Yay. Okay. And you know, last year, this Sunday was 9/11, and I spoke a year ago on Sunday. And that was a hard talk. And I'm kind of a new staff minister, and that was an interesting experience. And then I had to do Father's Day. So, interesting. So I welcome you all here today, and I wanted to start off by remembering something that Dr. Michael said last Sunday, and then I will take my jacket off and get into my topic, which is a fun one, if you can see. And so last Sunday, Dr. Michael was up here at the beginning of service, and the messages were going on the slides, and Marcia, there you are, you do a great job getting us moving with our slide stuff. And Michael was reading something, and he turned around. Do you remember what he said? He had a funny statement. I actually wrote it down because I don't remember things very well, so I was lucky that I wrote it down. He said, "If I would just turn around, I might see what's going on." Do you remember that? Because he was looking like this. If I would just turn around, I might see what's going on. And I love that. And after service, if you were over here and I ran up to you for coffee, I was babbling about it. It's like, that's the most profound thing I've heard forever. And it wasn't even part of his talk. If I would just turn around, I might actually see what's going on. So, you know, I made a spiritual practice of it this week, and I want to tell you about it. But first I want to say, I was a really irritable person this week. Irritable. People, places, things, babies, puppies, TV, movie, food, no matter what really happened, it's actually been for 2 weeks, I was irritated. Now, I kind of know what led up to it. I got bit by the allergy thing right when I was coming back to the desert after the rain, and then my sleep wasn't good. I became really irritable, and I was curious. I know no one of you will admit this, but is anyone else sometimes irritable here? Oh, all right, great, thank you. Oh, thank God. I was afraid no one was raised their hand, because I want to show you my spiritual practice from Dr. Michael and around irritability. And the other thing, the last couple of weeks have been certainly projecting into the future and having some anxiety or fear about stuff that is easily going to unfold, but nonetheless I still had some anxiety. So anyone want to admit this morning that you've had a little bit of anxiety or fear about something that's going to happen in the future? So, okay, good. We're an open community. So this is the spiritual practice, and I want you that admitted your wrongness to stand for a moment. So I got half the room standing. Come on, we're going to do a spiritual practice. So, you know, not everybody's standing yet. Only the people who admitted to irritability, or we'll get everybody else in a minute, okay? So this was my spiritual practice. I realized that my irritability and my anxiousness was right in front of me. It was my story, and nothing else was going to get around it. But what's going on behind me is the world. I'm boxed in. And so I'll do my spiritual practice first, and then you can do it. I decided to slowly move around and take in the view of everything from top to bottom, nature, people, slowly, 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 embracing the experience of being open to everything around me, kind of looking behind me now and seeing a whole nother view and coming around. And then when I got here, I grunted, like, ugh. Like, I got it. Michael helped me get it. Okay, so you all that are standing with your conditions, slowly, put your hands out a little bit and slowly, slowly turn around and take in the view of the people and the room and the outside and the color and the energy and the candles and the people around you and the sound booth and the bushes outside. And then everybody's getting around to your center, so you look behind you to see what was going on. And then you grunt. All right, now everybody. No, grunt. Everybody stand. Did everybody standing? Okay, we'll do spiritual practice one more time. It really helped me to get out of the frame of reference of just what's in front of me and to say, wow, the whole world is moving on behind me, around me, in me, and I need to break away from that and see it. Okay, so you're all going to slowly move around. Take in the whole room. Just take it, breathe it in. Some of us don't look past what's right in front of our face. Now, this is a room, but if you were out in nature, what would you be doing? You'd be taking in the trees and the squirrels and the river and the clouds, the spirit of everything that's around you. And then when you get around to the front and you do a what? A grunt. All right, thank you. See, so that's your new spiritual practice. Now, that was interesting. That was from Dr. Michael's talk. So I'll take my jacket off here. Thank you. Okay, so I think we had a slide, Marcia, which had this is the reading from the Science of Mind textbook for today, and it's a passage on renewal, and Dean was talking about it a little bit, and when I have my topic prepared for today, which is talking about how to remember who you are. It's a kid's topic, and I'm thinking, how am I going to integrate all these Bible passages? And I'm not really that great of a Bible person, but I love this passage. It actually worked, and Dean said it was kind of all working together. And so this is about renewal. And I like the last part. This is Dr. Ernest Holmes' wording after the quote. Dr. Ernest Holmes says, "The new birth comes not by observation or loud proclamation," except for the grunt, okay? "But through an inner sense of reality. We cannot tell where this comes from. If we look to outward things as it proceeds from the innermost part, as we look to outward things as it proceeds from the innermost part of our being." And you doing the little spiritual practice was actually not looking out at all the specifics to see that there was something outside of you, but it was you taking in the incredible strength and energy and vibrant nature that is around you, that you lose because you're so focused on, or I lose, because I'm so focused on my irritability or my anxiousness. So that was the Jesus part of today, the Bible part of today. Now, I am so privileged to have been working on a project since early part of this year on a little kid's book. And I actually have copies to lend you, not give you, but lend you. And so our ushers are going to run around the room right now and give, I don't know if I have enough for everyone, but everyone will get to touch it. This is a little book, and here it's coming around. And this has been, you guys know, a labor of love? This has been a labor of love, and I'll tell you why. This is a kid's book from 5 to 8-year-old on spiritual principle. This is the Science of Mind for kids. And the labor of love is that I don't know anything about kids at all. And trying to take Science of Mind principle and form it into a conversation that kids can read and learn is a miracle. Now, you cannot have these because I'm using these for training to teach and show people about the book. But two things I want to say before I get into it. If you were to go online, they're actually available online. I'm not marketing right now, but this is what they look like online. They're bigger, and they're in color, and they're beautiful for kids. And we'll have some in the bookstore in a few weeks because it's brand new. And the little books were prepared just a little bit more cheaply so we could give them away at Asilomar. And we gave 800 of these books away at Asilomar, which was amazing. Talk about taking a concept that's new for a lot of people, how to teach spiritual principle to children, and seeding it out into the Asilomar experience. So basically what this is a series of 4 booklets. This is one. And each booklet has about 7 lessons. And the lessons teach little kids about how to apply spiritual principle to their lives. And what I'm going to do today is teach you lesson number 5. And I thought that would be fun. And the underlying foundation of the book, this is so Ernest Holmes, this book, you won't believe it. The underlying foundation of this book is that you have a best friend forever. Now, in the spiritual realm, who's your best friend forever? Spirit. And where does that spirit reside for you? In your heart. It's not out there. So your best friend forever is, sometimes we call it our soul, or our inner voice, or our oneness, right? That's your BFF, right? We know that term. Kids know that, right? So when you say BFF, or best friend forever, and you relate it to spirit, they get it right away. It's like, oh,